Meet David, a 25-year-old young man living in a busy city. David works hard at his job, but recently, he lost a major project that he had poured his heart into. He feels crushed and can't shake off the dark cloud hanging over him. Every day feels like a struggle, and all he can see is the negativity around him. One day, while walking home with his head down, David bumps into an old man selling colorful balloons on a corner. The man, Mr. Thompson, has the warmest smile David has ever seen. Despite his modest life, Mr. Thompson exudes joy. Curious, David asks, "How are you so happy when you have so little?" Mr. Thompson replies with a chuckle, "Son, I may not have much, but I have something far more valuable than money: positivity. It's not about what life gives you, but what you make of it." David, intrigued, asks Mr. Thompson how he manages to stay positive when things go wrong. The old man shares a simple story. "Years ago, I lost my home in a fire. Everything I owned was gone. At first, I was devastated, but then I realized something. I was still alive. That was my second chance. I decided to focus on what I still had, rather than what I lost. From that day on, I promised myself to find one small thing to be grateful for every day." Inspired by Mr. Thompson's words, David decides to change his approach. The next morning, instead of dwelling on his lost project, David writes down 3 things he's grateful for: his supportive family, his health, and his ability to learn from mistakes. When he goes to work, he starts focusing on the positive aspects of his job, his helpful colleagues, the skills he's building, and the new opportunities that might come his way. Slowly, his mindset shifts. Even though his situation hasn't changed drastically, David begins to feel lighter and more hopeful. A few weeks later, David gets another project at work, and this time, he approaches it with a fresh mindset. Instead of fearing failure, he focuses on giving his best effort. His positive energy starts to inspire his colleagues, and they notice a difference in his attitude. When the project succeeds, his manager praises him, not just for the project, but for the positive influence he's had on the team. David realizes that being positive doesn't mean ignoring difficulties. It means choosing to see the good even in tough situations. David returns to visit Mr. Thompson with a small gift as a thank you for the life-changing advice. The old man smiles and says, "Remember, life is like a balloon. You can fill it with negativity and it will sink, or you can fill it with positivity and it will rise. The choice is yours." David sharing his newfound perspective on life, he learned that positivity isn't about avoiding challenges, but embracing them with a hopeful heart. David's story reminds us that no matter how dark a situation may seem, there is always a small light to be found if we look for it. When faced with negativity, focus on what you still have, what you can learn, and how you can grow. A positive mindset can turn any challenge into an opportunity. The only time you fail is when you fall down and stay down. Rise up with positivity and see the difference it makes.